of things have been happening since the whole fiasco of Trump's tweet, just about those four congresswomen known as the Squad, who apparently thought it was racist for Donald Trump just say go. Why don't you go back to your original places that you came from and fix the places there? And this is a kind of also critical of Ilhan Omar, considering that she's from Somalia and that she came here as a refugee, despite even though that she was 4, and that the place that she came from is a shithole. There's literally no way to describe it. It's still in the Civil War. It's been in the Civil War since the 90s. I think even longer than that, and there's been massive issues of piracy and terrorism that have continually plagued the country. Hell, one of the people who was, I think, a left-leaning activist, who constantly posted videos onto YouTube, was actually killed in a terrorist bombing. But I'm pretty sure you won't hear that much from the media anytime soon, because it doesn't really fit their narrative. Oh, Somalia is a good place. Yeah, so is Afghanistan. I heard it's really nice this time of the year. But all jokes aside, ever since that day, the Squad and the Democratic Party has just been, I'm just gonna say it, in shambles. They've been in shambles. The Squad, though, mainly just bickers and tries to be all emotional and have a temper tantrum as any other person would do if they were anyone like Ilhan Omar or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So, in fact, it's gone so crazy that while there was a resolution condemning Trump's tweets, that Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi made a remark about Trump being a racist, and that apparently was against one of the rules of proper etiquette in the House of Representatives. And thanks to that, she lost her ability to speak for the whole day. Or I believe it's the whole day. I've heard some other people say it's about an hour. I cannot be certain about that. However, it does still prove the point that the Democrats remain broken. They are seriously broken, and nothing shows that better than the articles of impeachment that were supposed to be voted on, or at least there was supposed to be a debate on impeachment by the Democrats that should have gone on. It was actually proposed by Al Green, who apparently, this is his third time, I believe, proposing an article of impeachment because of President Donald Trump supposedly being a racist. Man, all this is just bonkers. There's literally no other word to describe it. Now, the articles of impeachment, or at least the debate about the articles of impeachment, was not passed in the House of Representatives. They did not go for a vote. In fact, only 95 Democrats actually supported moving the articles of impeachment, about a third of the entire Democratic caucus in the House of Representatives. So that only shows how divided the entire party is. There's no way to describe it. It's very, very divided, and all this is stemming from not only the media, but the fact that Nancy Pelosi has been constantly just unintentionally holding these people up on a platform. They are getting the most coverage and the most interviews as more than even Nancy Pelosi, who is the House Speaker. It's really funny to hear that, and they're making themselves the face of the Democratic Party. Although, to be fair, they've been seen as the face of the Democratic Party for at least a few months now, because thanks to the mainstream media, because considering that they're fresh and they are new and they're socialists and they're young millennials, they're considered the future of the Democratic Party. And people are getting turned off by this. A lot of Democrats. It's just dividing this party at this point. It's fracturing them. In fact, Sticks Hexenhammer actually talked about how Donald Trump is actually wanting the Democrats to fracture, and considering that would be a big boost for him in politics, since he will be giving the opposition its own kind of opposition. It's a very good divide and conquer strategy. Even Sun Tzu himself would agree. Sun Tzu, the ancient Chinese general who fought in several battles and is especially well known thanks to him writing The Art of War, which is definitely something that military theorists and even military officers have been reading ever since. In fact, there's one quote in there where it says in The Art of War, if your enemy is angry, irritate them. And it's been, considering that this has been the effect of Trump's tweets already, it is working beyond even Trump's and my own expectations. Because considering that the Democratic Party is fractured and that Nancy Pelosi has been forced to adopt these people as and give them as much coverage, it's just further outlining the divide and the split inside the party. Divide and conquer. This is what Donald Trump is doing. But of course, it doesn't end there, because we got foreign leaders apparently lecturing Donald Trump. What? Sorry, guys. There was something that had to go on. My sister and my mother wanted to see Chernobyl tonight, and that's why I had to make a cut in the video. So I completely apologize for it. So anyway, over the past 2 days now, we've heard from foreign leaders about just how racist these tweets were, how bad they are, and it's completely funny given who these people are and what they're saying. We have Angela Merkel of the Federal Republic of Germany, and finally Justin Trudeau. Now, Angela Merkel has been having her own issues, a low popularity rating, certain concerns about her health, which she says is because she's dehydrated, which I'm no expert when it comes to health, but I'm pretty sure shaking your entire body is not one of the symptoms. I don't think so. And what I find funny about it is that she stands in solidarity with these far-left politicians, with these women. I'm not kidding you, she actually said that. But what's even worse is what she said about it. These far-left women are what makes America great. These far-left women, the squad, who completely hates everything America, has been very vocal against the president, who has been sympathetic to many not only ideologies but also enemies of the United States. These same people that basically hate the very core of the United States, not just its history but also its culture. They're what make America great. Steve Turley said correctly that is probably one of the most ironic political quotes to have ever been said. There's no other way to explain it. And it's kind of funny because she's with the CDU, the Christian Democratic Union. And she's supposed to be center-right. Apparently now the cat's out of the bag and she's far left as a result. Or she may be just simply joining them because whammon or something. I don't know. But what I do know is that Angela Merkel is not having a good time, especially with her, like I said before, her low popularity, her health concerns, and just the rise of nationalism in across all of Europe. Germany also. In fact, Alternative for Deutschland, the last time I recall, is the highest popular political party in the eastern part of Germany, and the second favorite political party overall. That's showing that should be definitely a big concern for Angela Merkel, considering that that the AfD is a completely different party and a more right wing than the CDU, or well, more specifically, her controlling the CDU. So, I don't expect anything good to come out of this. In all honesty, now on to Justin Trudeau. He apparently says that this is not how we do things in Canada. A Canadian is a Canadian is a Canadian. I'm just gonna say it. What the fuck did he? Who the fuck wrote that? That answer for him? Did he make that up on his own? Probably, but because he constantly goes and even during his entire charade with trying to bash Trump over this, he also says diversity is our strength. Blah blah blah. Of course, he says that because he's basically the saint of political correctness at this point. Thank God he also has having his own problems in Canada as well, because the Conservative Party, or even the People's Conservative Party, I believe it is. I'm sorry if I'm ruining it. I don't really follow too much in terms of what political parties are going on in Canada. So I apologize for that. I mainly follow the leaders and what's been saying. So anyway, those groups are getting considerably more popular. Hell, even in Quebec, they've been gaining in popularity, and it's not helping Justin Trudeau with the fact that October of 2019, the election for Canada is occurring, and I'm pretty certain that a 95% chance that he will lose. He's very, very disliked because of all this, not only the political correctness, but how he has been acting on the world stage. I'm pretty sure that all this is just trying to save face, and they're just trying to, both Angela Merkel and Justin Trudeau are just trying to appeal to the elite higher ups who have been leaning, who believe in the idea of globalization and just simply being considered the best rulers and stuff. They're just basically saying it just for them, and of course the people who happen to agree with them and support their whole political correctness and leftist BS. But this shows something else entirely. This shows that the squad is afraid. They maybe have a third of the Democratic caucus and even the support of Angela Merkel and Justin Trudeau, but they're on a shaky foundation because there are still 2/3 that still do not like them. And I've said this many times before, the divide is deepening. Is deepening so badly that that there's going to be a point where the Central Democrats and these far leftists are not going to be able to agree. It's going to be either one person's way or the other person's way. That's all that's going to result down to. It's going to be leading to a purge of these people, one from either side to another. But either way, Trump is going to win because of how divided they are. I wouldn't be surprised if a third party were to suddenly, I don't know, come around. But then again, that's a very unlikely scenario. Very unlikely. All I can think of right now is just Democratic parties in disarray. Hell, even the people that support them, Angela Merkel and Justin Trudeau, are on shaky foundations as well. All this is just showing that they are afraid. They're not just afraid of Trump. No, he's just one figurehead a powerful figurehead, but a figurehead nonetheless. They're afraid of the ideas he represents, about the idea of right-wing populism and traditionalism. That's what they're afraid of, and that's why they've been constantly attacking him. And honestly, at the end of the day, I do not believe that it's going to help. Because I pray to God that people like AOC and people like, and also leaders like Angela Merkel and Justin Trudeau will be voted out of office. And considering how badly they're doing in terms of popularity in their own original communities, I would say there's a likely chance that will happen. And I'll probably celebrate that. My name is Naomi, and on the Extra Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you have any ideas of how I can improve my videos or any criticisms at all, be sure to put that down in the comments or message me. Thank you.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains.